Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you like what you see in my video and that you'll come back and subscribe and hit that like button. Today I'm going to tell you all about what I'm doing for my fall and winter garden. Okay, let's get started.
Hey guys, it's me, Brian.
And Bria.
And I was taking this package upstairs to Ben Mama, and I was wondering, why is this box so dang big?
Okay, why don't you put it down so they can see how big it is?
Yeah, it's like really
big and real wide. Now show them what was in there.
So I was wondering why it's so big, but then when I opened it, I saw this.
It's taller than me.
Bring it over here in front of the box because they can't see that.
It's like literally taller than Bria.
So they're just bamboo stakes for the garden. I was laying in bed one night and I was thinking of a better way to attach the shade cloth without buying the steel posts that I had in the food forest before I sold the house. And yeah, so that's gonna work. We can just stick those in the ground and then clip the shade cloth to it. All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, I want you to see what I'm doing with the bamboo sticks that I just showed you that Brian and Bria took out the humongous box. I'm stabilizing the shade cloth so I can move them easier and be able to attach them. So you can see I'm spacing the garden out with some of the bamboo stakes. You see sticking up. What you see on the plant, that white powder, is diatomaceous earth. It's an organic insect killer that won't damage your plants or cats or dogs, your pets. And I'm just trying to do a preventative measure of having all of the insect damage as we go through this lengthy period of extremely hot temperatures. I looked at the long range forecast and it's going to be like 104, 105 with a higher heat index all the way through the month of August. So I'm just taking my time, and that's my water that you hear in the background because I watered the lawn while I'm sitting down to catch my breath as I work. I water this lawn back here, and that's why you see it looks so good. And that's one thing that my son-in-law doesn't have to worry about. So I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to take this area in here, and then I'll come back and let you see it. Another reason why I put the diatomaceous earth down is I've seen a lot of those white, off-white, beige cabbage moths that lay eggs. This is the time of year and that they are really laying eggs to prepare for the winter so they can eat and feed off of your cooler weather crops like collards, kale, mustard greens, turnips, beets, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage. So I'm just trying to keep the population down because, I mean, they are out here. Some of them I can catch, and I'm paying my grandchildren $1 an insect to catch them. And you may have noticed that Brian and Bria are not out here helping me. That's because school has started. And you may be wondering, how do I know it's the time of the year for moths to lay eggs? It's because I've been gardening in this city for about 34 years. So I know the pattern of insects. Okay, taking me up another breather. And now I'm going to get this section right over here, all the way to the end there. And then I'll come back. Okay, I'm going to stop right here because I'm out of breath. But I think I did good. And my doctor told me when I'm out of breath, because you guys know I have a heart condition. It's called AFib. And I'm doing well. And I can live a long time with this condition. However, I need to take it easy when I feel like I'm out of breath like I am now. So tomorrow I'll get that area. And the reason why I started over Then pan back over here, because you can see the sun is out now, and this part gets of the garden, this little L right in here, gets full sun all day. Okay, however, the back of the fence protects some of the plants. But over here, where there's a corner, so there's a fence there, and then part of the fence is here, it gets shaded out more. So I can finish it tomorrow. Okie dokie, and I can secure that a little bit better down the bottom, but I'm out of breath, like I said, so I'll be back. I'm going to sit out here for another hour and read and rest. It's 10:33 a.m. and now I want you to look at the garden and see how the sun now hits it. This area right in here was shaded previously, and then in about another hour, we'll have more sun over here. So check out your garden and be aware of where the sun hits and how much, or I should say, how many hours certain areas get full sun. Just an observation. I was sitting here reading, and now I'm getting ready to go in because it's getting too hot. There she goes, up under the light. I'm growing crookneck squash hydroponically. Here's one plant in my arrow garden, and here's the second plant growing in another arrow garden. Here is my third plant, and over here, my fourth plant. Now, look real close. I am so excited. Do you see those baby squash? These are the female squash flowers that are getting ready to open. Where you don't see a small squash underneath the flower, that would be the male flower. And as soon as they open, I'm going to hand pollinate them to ensure that I get some squash. This squash is a dwarf variety. Wow, I'm so excited. My female squash flower opened up overnight. Now I'm just waiting on that male flower right there, or any of the male flowers, and I'm gonna pollinate them. This is so exciting. It's the same day, and that flower is shriveling up. So I'm gonna take off this male flower, force it open, and pollinate it. So I open the flower up, and then I'm just going to hand pollinate it all around. It's gonna put it in this little plastic bag, and so a few hours later, I cross-pollinated again. You can see here, I just took the stamen of that male flower and rubbed it against the stigma of the female flower. And hopefully, we're gonna get some squash. I'll let you know soon. It's the next day, and I just wanted to report to you that everything is looking good. The flower has shriveled up and mostly fallen off, and the squash appears to be growing. Now, you will know if you didn't successfully pollinate it because the squash would just shrivel up and fall off. But as you can see, it's holding on. There's another male flower right there, and then there are a lot of female flowers with little bitty squash. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 on this one plant. And this plant is looking really good too. Those flowers will open up any day now. And then I have this one up here and another one over here. I'm really excited about this because this is going to be a game changer for me, because if I can successfully do this inside, I'm not going to fight the squash bugs and squash vine borers again. I mean, I'm 70 years old, guys. I'm going to find an easy way to do everything that I want to do. Home Depot just delivered my order of raised bed and potting soil mix, along with some black cow and some cypress blend mulch and topsoil and that Bigaro potting mix over there. I have 2 new galvanized garden beds I'm going to add to the garden, and I'll share all of that with you in my next video. This is my oscillating fan, and I've said this in many videos before, but for my new viewers, I want you to know that you need to mimic the conditions outside when you're growing plants inside, and that means wind. It needs to have some wind, especially on these plants. Let me show you. These plants that are in potting mix, okay? The conditions are wind, water, and the lights. You can see all the lights that I have on them. You can see the kale. All of this is going out by the end of August. Put a little breeze on it. Leaves shaking a little bit. That's because the fan is hitting them. It's hitting them with a gentle breeze, and you need that, especially on the ones that are in soil. Self-pollinating, and the wind helps them pollinate even more. You will get more fruit if you put a little fan. Don't want to confuse anybody. You don't have to have wind on all of your hydroponically grown food, but it sure will help. It's the next day, and you can see here the squash is getting bigger. And the green areas on the squash are now turning yellow. So I think me hand pollinating it worked. Here's an update of everything that I planted in the GreenStalks. As you can see here, the sweet potato vines, all of them took very well. And I just planted them a week ago, not even a week. And they took very well, and they are really vibrant, and they're growing. They have a little insect damage. Let me go closer so you can see right there. I didn't feel the need to put shade cloth on these simply because there's a fence in front of them and on the side of them. So I didn't do that. Everything that I planted, as far as the seeds are concerned, are coming up, and they're doing really nicely. Right here, I believe, turnips, that's going to have to be thinned out. Peas right over here, and they turn that. You can see they coming up really, really nice. I have red kale. I was concerned about this red Russian kale because the seeds are very old, but I kept them in the refrigerator, so they're doing pretty good. Okay, so everything looks great. It's a little wimpy because I just watered everything. It's still extremely hot down here in Gardening Zone 8A, Mesquite, Texas. This is where I took the sweet potato vines and rooted them into slips. If you remember, when I came back from vacation, I found 3 sweet potatoes that were sprouting. And so I used store-bought sweet potatoes to grow these vines. I don't know what we're going to get, but it's going to be fun. And they're all going to be absolutely free. It takes about 120 days for sweet potatoes to develop nice little roots. And the longer you leave them in, the bigger they will get. However, you have to have enough room in your containers. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please share this video with your friends so that I can reach more people. Hey guys, I just left my doctor's office for my 3-month wellness check. I'm doing pretty good. Be sure to take care of yourself, guys. Don't miss your appointments. I know it's a lot of us are going through a heat wave here in Texas for sure, but I don't miss my doctor's appointments. And now I'm getting ready to go in and have me a pedicure so I can just pamper myself. Especially when you are a senior citizen, you need to take care of yourself even more, but pamper yourself. Think about all the times that you sacrifice doing things for yourself because of children or bills or job or whatever. But when you reach your golden years, live your life like it's golden. That's what I'm doing.